Hey everybody, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Let's make another sticker, and I'll do my best to make sure that I'm detailing all of the steps that I'm taking in making this. And I already got my templates that I like to use, so we're going to go ahead and select my 12 by 12 canvas and duplicate. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me just go ahead and adjust this. Perfect. Okay. You don't want to be uncomfortable while you're working or anything. Sometimes the extra bright light is a little too much, but I was able to find an image of something that I wanted to make today, and let's go ahead and insert a photo. I'm thinking we're going to do this one. So I've inserted my image. I'm going to go ahead and scale it up. Let's make it fit, because then the bigger we start, the better it looks when we have to scale down later on. Although it does look a little blurry, so we're going to go ahead and duplicate. So this one here, I had an idea, and we're going to leave the background in there, but we are going to give it a shape. So with the monoline brush, we're going to go with black on our color palette. You can use the sliders on classic or move your cursor around at the bottom left to get true black. We're going to create a second layer and going to draw an oval. Hold your pencil on your screen until your shape appears and then click Edit Shape. You can move it around, adjust it, and make it a little bit wider. Just get it centered over our character. And there's that. And then we're going to fill it in. Okay. So let's go ahead now that we've filled it in. I'm going to take my layer 1, put it on top of layer 2, because now I know where I've got it. Click on layer 1 and click clipping mask. And that's just going to be a really easy way to remove background. The cool thing is you can still move it around if you want to, just by selecting our selector tool. And then we're going to go ahead and just merge it down by clicking on the top layer of our clipping mask and selecting merge down. Next, I'm going to remove my background layer, and I want to create with my monoline brush a background, and we're going to go with white on our color palette. To get our background, we're going to create a new layer, click and hold on that layer and move it to the bottom. And then what I like to do, since I don't want it huge, but I do want it pretty big, we're going to go to 70. We're about there. I'm just going to trace around the edge of our sticker. Now the cool thing is it doesn't have to be perfect. Hold your pencil at the end and you have an ellipsis. Then you can edit shape, adjust the edges, make it nice and uniform, click off to the side, and it's done. Awesome. Great. Oh, I like this. And then, so it's just a circle now. We're going to go ahead and drop our color And now it's a solid color. Okay, so we've got our basic shape, we've got the image. In Procreate now we're going to add our text. So create another layer, make sure you have it on top by clicking on it, holding until it gets bigger, and then moving it to the top. Now this layer, we're going to go to our wrench actions and click on add text. And then you can type whatever you want. And I was thinking something like this. Oh, come on. Don't autocorrect. Boom. Alright. Oh, it did it. It totally did that. Alright, let's go ahead and they said there was Chicky Nuggies. So, now that we've got the text that we want, click on the AA, which also, if you don't have a pencil handy, we'll do it. And you can just have your big keyboard, click up, and it's this big A, little a. Let's find the font that I want, which I believe is going to be up here. Not that one. Where's the... Nope, not that one. I think it was this one that I was looking for. Yeah. Let's go back to this one. Make it bold, but make it small. Now, the really nice thing, let's actually make it a little bit bigger. So if you want to adjust the spacing between your text you're adding in Procreate, go to this tracking and move it just slightly to the left or to the right. You can also, let's see here, I do want it a little bit closer. Kerning will also do this. Leading is spacing between different lines. Baseline is how up or down you want it from center. And this is really cool, this capital TT. You can make it all capitals or all lowercase. I kind of like the lowercase, but I want the first one, I think. So to undo something, tap with 2 fingers, and to redo something, tap with 3 fingers. So 2 fingers to undo, 3 fingers to redo, undo. Okay, so I think I'm pretty happy with this, but I do want to move that line down, which means I'm going to come back in here, and I am going to move this leading, or excuse me, to move this down. Go ahead, cancel, try that again. There we go. Move it closer. Done. Okay, so here's our text. Let's go ahead and click on our selector tool, and I want to have it on the bottom. Now before I save it there, I'm going to change the font to black. And let's see here. Let's move it up a little bit. And see if we can get it centered right there. Okay. I kind of like that. Okay, so now we can come back to our layer 2. I'm going to create a empty layer on top of it by clicking the plus symbol up here. We're going to go back to our monoline, switch back to white, zoom in, and now we're going to create a border around our text. So what I'm thinking is what we're going to do is, let's start with this. Simply tracing around the letters. Drawing all the way back across, so now you have a complete circle, and then filling it in. Sometimes you have to go back in and just get the little lines. Just like that. So now we have our text over our image, but above our background, and everything's got a nice border around it. And then when we select here into our layers, let's see here, layer 3, we don't have anything, so I'm actually going to delete that one. But if you select all your layers by simply swiping right with your pencil or your finger so they're all highlighted, click our selector tool, then you can size it down if you wanted to, or size it back up. But here's our sticker. So then the reason again why we start big on our 12 by 12 canvas here in Procreate is, let's go ahead and share this PNG. We're going to save to our photos, and then we're going to come in here to Cricut. Doing the border with the pencil versus creating the Gaussian blur does create a smoother border when you are cutting with the Cricut, but the other one is definitely more uniform. So like for this one, we're not going to need to smooth anything because of the monoline. Chicky Nuggies. And then always select print then cut and save. So now it is uploaded into our Cricut design space. We select that one and click insert. So from here you can see this image comes through as 7 inches by 8 inches. But then if you want to shrink that down to 4 inches, scooch it on over here to the corner, you now see that the image and all the little pixels come together pretty nicely actually. This one probably would be a really good 2-inch sticker. But I mean, if you wanted to get fancy, you could do 4. Because when you go to print it, it's going to scale pretty decently, actually. And that's how you can then load it into Cricut from Procreate as a PNG file with a pre-made background, which then they will use to cut that image out in the Cricut machine. There was no Chicky Nuggies today. Tomorrow, though, we're having barbecue chicken in the slow cooker. So it's going to be a pretty good day, I'd say. Maybe next time we'll get some Chicky Nuggies. Have a good night, everybody. Thanks.